Hi, it's been quite a while since I uploaded something, so I felt like I wanted to do that. Yesterday I had a really bad day. I was having nightmares in the early morning and I fell asleep very late, so my body was just exhausted. So I woke up enough to be like, oh, that was so uncomfortable, a nightmare. But what felt like within seconds I was asleep again, and I fell back into nightmare like 5 or 6 times, and it was terrible. And I just woke up one time and I just wanted to cry, and that's when I actually stayed awake more. And I looked at the time and I was like, oh gosh, I hope it's time to get up out of bed. It was nowhere near it, so obviously I just stayed awake anyway. I was nervous to go back to sleep. It was terrible, and I didn't get any restful sleep at all. And the little sleep I did get was, like it wasn't enough hours, and the sleep I got was very restless then, of course. And so I stayed awake for about an hour, fiddling with my phone and stuff, and texting with a friend sitting next to Hampus. He was still asleep. And then after an hour, when I felt like I had been able to let go of the nightmare, which was the perfect kind of hate love relationship that I have with, for example, watching fiction, watching like a scary movie or something. It is when things just feel wrong, they're just off, kind of. People were weird and things were just feeling eerie and wrong. And that's what's the most scariest, at least to me, not the jump scares or the moldy ghost people going ah, and chasing you. It's that feeling that just sits with you and makes your heart pump and just go, something's just wrong. What is it? Like, this is unnatural and wrong. That's what the nightmare was like, and it just kept slipping back into it. Like I said, it absolutely dreadful. But I stayed away for about an hour, texting with a friend, like I said, and then I finally felt like I'd let it go, and I was actually getting properly sleepy and not nervous anymore, so I went back to sleep. And I had a bad dream. It wasn't quite the like I label it a nightmare necessarily, but it was just a bad dream. So it was just sad. It was just more sad. And so that didn't help. And I texted my friend when I woke up again. I was like, well, I did manage to sleep, but more bad dreams. So she was like, what? You're not allowed to sleep anymore. I was like, I know. I'm never going to sleep again. But I did manage to sleep for an hour in the middle of the day and didn't dream anything wacky and felt like a new person after that. And I was like, oh, finally, thank gosh. I finally got the rest I needed. That made all the difference. And I made a cup of tea, and I just felt like, okay, I just need to decompress. I'm going to sit at my laptop on top of the bed, like watch some YouTube nonsense, take my mind off things, drink a hot cup of tea, and just be like, ah. Guess what I do? I spill the freshly a full one of these, like a pretty big cup or mug of tea, and I fill it. I'm crazy. So I fill it like so high too. And it's freshly boiled. The only thing I've done is steep it for about 3 minutes. Freshly boiled water. That's only been resting for 3 minutes. Come back in here, put it on the bedside table, knock it out. The entire thing goes down my left leg and on top of my foot. I didn't burn myself. But I did a funny little whoop and a little scream whoop and rip my clothes off. The like the loungewear, like the sweatpants I was wearing, and my socks. It just and that helped a lot. So it mostly just splashed on me, so that was good. I didn't burn myself. My foot hurt a little bit for a while after, but not even enough to feel like I needed to rinse it in cold water. I didn't burn myself, but of course it hurt for just a second, and it wasn't pleasant. And then I had spilled a whole mug of tea. Yesterday was not a good day. And I just allowed myself to not wallow in it, but just to, feel sorry for myself a bit, because that's important. But the last about 3 weeks, give or take, has just been busier than I thought. But that has felt good, actually. So we're going to end with a good note, because I visited mother for about a week, and otherwise I've been staying with my boyfriend, here in our apartment. I still don't work, but the good thing is that I got the first dose of the vaccine, and I got it about 2 weeks earlier than if I would have been in a bigger city. It depends on how much vaccine they get and how many, like the population and what's going on in the county and blah, blah, blah. So I actually got it before because they've been doing much like any other place. They've been doing medical staff, essential workers, and then age from oldest to youngest. So there's in their 90s and 80s and 70s, and the mother is 70, so she got her dose. She got a second dose today, actually. And Hampus and I, we both got it now because friends of ours contacted us. They're doing 60 to 64 now, those that are higher at risk if they have some sort of illness or something. And then they're doing 60 to 64 in general due to age. And then they're doing 18 to 59. Those that are higher at risk, like immunocompromised or something. And that's Hampus and I both. He was born 3 months too early, so he has undeveloped lungs, and I was born with a heart lung condition and other things. But that's my biggest problem with COVID. Like, who knows? I could get it. It could be very mild. I could get COVID, and it could be extreme for me. Some people have been healthy, and it really hit their lungs, and they've been hospitalized, and everything has been very bad. So you just don't know. So if I get it with my 30% lung capacity, like, that'd be complete disaster, of course. So that's why I've been isolating and things. But now I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel where things can go back to slightly more normal. Of course, you still gotta listen to restrictions and recommendations and everything, because even if not for yourself, then for others, because you can still carry it and give it to others and stuff like that. So there's things to think about, but there is that light at least, So come fall, I'm gonna go back to work, and I know that's gonna be very draining because I have a lot of hours to make up for still, and so I'm gonna be working more, and I'm not in the swing of things right now. So, but life in general is good, and like, I'm so grateful to got the vaccine. As for getting the vaccine, I had no side effects. It was like getting any other shot, only the circumstances were different. It was social distancing, wearing a mask when you went in there. They had a grid of chairs with numbered rows, and of course enough space in all directions, and they tell you which row to sit on, and then you're called and you go to like a row of, again, very separated booths where someone sitting behind a computer made sure I was who I say I was, and a nurse administered the actual vaccine. And it was what I really liked. She explained every step of the way, but really like calmly and informally. And informally, no, but it was informative. It felt, it didn't, I've been through that both when I was younger and as an adult, that you feel like people have talked to you like you're dumb or belittling you. It feels condescending, but this did not feel at all like that. It was just it was information, it was calm. So I said that because I was like, wow, this is so well organized, and I really appreciate you talking to me like that. Like, I really feel as if you're just explaining the steps and just making sure that I get it. And I think that's wonderful. I had no side effects. They just grip your arm, upper arm, they give you the shot. It's a bit of a pinch. No pain as such, really. Maybe a little bit uncomfortable, bit of a pinch, but that's it. Waited 15 minutes afterwards. They let you know when you can go, so you didn't even have to keep track yourself or anything like that. They asked you how you were feeling, and then I left. So it was absolutely fine, and neither Hampus and I nor Mother felt anything. Our two older friends that told us we could book now, they didn't feel anything either, so that's good. The only thing I felt was when I lifted my arm, like up, like using this up, I could feel, sorry about the shakiness. Yeah, when I lifted my arm up like that, I could feel a little, like, the muscle felt very slightly sore. That was it. And it was gone the next day, later the next day. So a little over 24 hours later, it was fine. But that was more, it wasn't sore to the touch or anything. It was more like when I was just, and then I just didn't have to like lift it back and up using the muscle here. So it was fine. Other than that, things have just been pretty much the same. Just, it's life, and it's going on. So I'm glad now that I'm glad that I had things to do and felt a little busier, and things were going good, and things that I didn't plan on happened. So it's been positive. So aside from yesterday when I was just feeling very tired and had a bad day, aside from that, things are good, and I feel good. So that's that. So I just wanted to update for my own sake to document without huge gaps, and also just tell you viewers if anything you're wondering about. So definitely, personally, my personal experience, I recommend getting the vaccine, and I think it's been good. I got Pfizer, everything was good for me. The third next month, we're getting our second dose, so that's gonna be good. That's pretty much all I have to say right now, and I feel good for making a video now. I've been meaning to for quite a while, so it's nice to just sit down and have a chat. I really just am grateful that things changed and I actually had things to do, kind of like that. But I'm back now, and I bought The Sims 4. I just got nostalgic, and I haven't played The Sims in a million years, so I just got curious and actually got it. So I'm playing that quite a bit and just living here and having a good time. So that's it for now. That's my update. But I'll see you later then in another video. I hope you're good. Bye.